Alright, welcome back to Dragon Age the Veilguard. Last time we did some companion quests helping out Emmerich and who did we help out? Davrin with the Gloom Howler. Like I said last time off screen, I did one of these hauntings. It came with a follow-up quest. I have to go to Docktown for another haunting. So we'll do that today. See what's going on with Harding, do follow up at the lighthouse, see if anybody else had anything going on, and then we'll see if we can get to talk to Solus today. Back to the Titan's corpse. Interesting.
Veilguard should be around here somewhere.
I hope he's fully recovered from being trapped in the rock.
I hope so too, but the Kalsharok dwarves are tough.
I'd like to see Kalsharok. Do you think Veilguard would take me? Should I ask him? Would that be rude?
Only if you ask rudely.
They're wary of outsiders, but I could learn so much about the dwarves. About myself.
Maybe once things have settled down a bit.
Okay. My question is, weren't we at Kalsharok before, or was that like the upper part of it, not the real?
Is this entire mountain a Titan?
It's been still for so long.
Okay, there it is.
I can't tell where it begins and ends. It's big, though. They all were.
Like, that's crazy that they were so big and still died just because the ancient elven spirits were so strong, I guess.
Those rocks I can move were all parts of the Titans once. Once I knew, I couldn't forget it. Now I sense them all the time, whether they're dead or just sleeping. The story of their fall is the story of our birth. It's why we don't dream, why we're resistant to lyrium, and the reason we feel the earth in our guts. Leave it to me. We sold lyrium to the Tevinter Imperium. Titan blood, our blood, traded for gold. So they could use it for magic. The elves stole lyrium from the Titans to make themselves bodies. And eons later, we gave it to a new generation of mages. All on our own. It's sad, isn't it?
Why doesn't this one have a story to tell?
They mined lyrium here too. Isn't that a little ghoulish? Lyrium is the blood of our ancestors. Maybe ancestors isn't the right word. We were part of them. We were them.
Child of the Stone. So are dwarves like literally part of the Titans? Like they are rocks given flesh, kind of? Because that's what they always say, you know, child of the stone, child of the Titans, all that shit, so. Just a dwarf gathering.
We are all here. I wanted you to meet my sister, Dura. She is a steward of Kalsharok's memories, a historian.
Cool.
We have heard of your gifts. We wanted to meet you, to learn from you.
From me?
About the Titans, about our past.
You came here to meet me, to talk to me?
Well, look at me.
I came here for you, not me.
I've learned so much, but I know there's still more to discover. I could tell you what I've learned, but maybe it's better if I show you.
God, that armor is so ugly, I'm sorry.
Hear the song of the stone. You children of Titans.
This is the eternal hymn.
The prayer and the proclamation.
Isa Tunal.
I want to be part of that. What the fuck, Harding?
I felt it. I felt the Titans.
I opened my heart to all of you, but I could hold it only for a moment.
But there was an eternity in that moment. Thank you.
No. Thank you. Being here with you, with all of you, I finally understand. We will carry the Titans in our hearts, but it is no longer their time. It is ours.
Yeah, Rise of the Dwarves, motherfucker. Helped an expert scout forge a new path. Okay. We're getting a lot of companion achievements, so I think we're wrapping up a lot of storylines. Already met with Veilguard of Kalshrok and his sister Dura at the ancient outpost of Isana Nagat. There atop the mountain, everyone's bond increased. The three children of the stone shared a moment and remembered those that came before. What about me? I want to share a moment. I'm a child of the stone. I feel so left out.
So, you and Tosh, at least that's what I've heard.
Are you waggling your eyebrows at me?
Trying to. I read that it's conspiratorial.
It's definitely something. And yeah, we're together.
Nice.
Well, congratulations. You both seem pretty happy about it. Or, well, you seem happy. Tosh seems less annoyed.
I'm still just reminded about when Tosh freaking Tosh was going to Harding and my character's just like, oh my god, please Harding, pick up the hint.
He's courageous and I do enjoy his stories. I didn't expect it, but Strife and I are getting along quite well. But where to go with him?
Does he like coffee or knives?
What?
Sorry, Emric. Rook might be.
What's going on here?
this.
Rook, quickly, Strife will be here soon. Does wandering Arlathan's groves or exploring its caves filled with lightning insects seem more romantic?
Emric and Strife? not Lucanus. Strife? What the fuck is happening? I was gonna say, like, we have Harding and Tosh, obviously, but I was like, is there gonna be a male-male romance in this game of the companions? I was not expecting Emric and Strife. Why did you two begin dating?
How long have you and Strife seen each other?
Not for long. He inquired about my corpse whispering, then presented me with the most exquisite jeweled skull. One thing led to another.
That's some present.
Wasn't it?
Okay.
If you and Strife are just out for fun, I'm sure any place is good.
Strife's is a life of danger, constantly exploring, sometimes hunted, often alone. Whether or not he knows it, a man like that needs romance.
And you're going to give it to him?
Oh, eventually.
I guess brave the lightning insects? I don't know.
I bet Strife would be more interested in the insect caves.
You're right. A rendezvous fitting for a man of action.
All set. Where are we heading, Emric?
Oh,
I thought
Strife.
we'd visit those fascinating caves under the waterfalls.
One of my favorites. I hope you're up for a climb. There's a part where the stones grow some eyes.
Thrilling. I'll find some extra rope. Until later.
That's what I like about your friend, Rook. For a city mage, he's not afraid to play in the mud.
Should I wait up?
Don't bother. It's not a real outing if we don't come back till sunrise.
So, I might have thought Strife was spite. I was so confused how that was working out. Okay, Strife, fine. I love that. I love that for them. They're both older. They're both mage. Well, I don't know if Strife's a mage actually, but you know, that's nice. I like that pairing. And I like what I said still about going to the insect place. You know, he does need to get his hands dirty, that kind of shit. So I'm glad about all of that. Where is this dude? It says he's here. I hear him talking, but I don't see his ass. Anyways, that was my bad. I really I thought he was talking about spite, and I was so confused how that works out with Lucanus being there and a spirit. But strife makes a lot more sense. Okay.
Hey, you up for drinks? I'm taking Bellara to the Hilt for drinks with the Lords of Fortune. You
Okay.
should come. Isabella's paying.
Sounds fun. I'm in.
Why Bellara? That's interesting. Why not Harding?
Maybe tomorrow. Swimming? Don't push your luck. You're still learning how to fly.
You two have come a long way since we met.
Right.
Yeah. And he's still just a cub.
Now wait till he's a teenager.
It's all about emotion with his son. What makes him happy, what makes him sad, or afraid. He's pure that way. No hiding anything. He likes you, you know it. He doesn't like you, he won't hold back.
What about me?
He's taken a shine.
Yeah?
Listen, I wanted to thank you. Without your help, the Griffins would have gone extinct all over again. You stepped up. They have a home because of you.
They'll grow with the Wardens. I don't want to say, like, I do think, me, the player, I'm like, I hope I made the right choice, but Rook is confident in his choices, so.
The Griffins have always belonged with the Wardens. Evka will give them a home and a purpose again. And I bet her son's brothers and sisters will agree.
He says as long as there are clear skies to roam, warm sun to nap, and bellyfuls of food, they'll be happy.
The Griffin's word is good enough for me.
Till Tosh teaches him how to swear.
That might actually be fun. See you around.
From the Necropolis. Dear Rook, I was pleased to hear Manfred has been restored to the fullness of unlife. Keepsake and Curio also passed on their congratulations. Our guardian spirits are always glad to see one of their number discovered the gift of elocution, and Manfred has been dutifully listening to their advice. How much he has absorbed I leave to Emmerich to guess. The professor has earned the pleasure of seeing his people grow. Greetings from Rowan. Rook, thank you for helping Avatosh. Their mother was an exceptional teacher of the mind, but the mind and the heart are not always as one. Some of the Antom from the Dragon King's cohort have broken away and are wandering aimlessly. He has spoken with them. Since Tosh proved that the Dragon King's way was weak, they are amenable to learning a new form of strength. We may yet help them to live outside the Cune. Please let Tosh know that Karash is doing well. And then letters for after the calling. A pair of calling letters addressed to Evka and Antoine meant to be opened when the sender is gone. Aw, did they send letters to each other? Oh god. Evka, I should have died once, but I was rescued. I became a Grey Warden. I had a second life, and that second life gave me you. You are ma joie de vivre, my joy. Do you know your face lights up when you see sparrows? You didn't know them growing up and found them later in life. We do much to restore what the Blight destroys, at least we try. It's what we're supposed to do. But selfishly, if you're reading this, I tried to make a world with more sparrows in it for you. Oh my god. Je t'aimerai toujours. I don't know French. Antoine. Second letter uses a cipher known only to the writer and the recipient. The key is contained in their favorite book. That's kind of lazy. For game-wise, like, just give me a letter. Speaking of Antoine, though, I'm curious if we're going to learn more about what's going on with him. Like, obviously, we know from all the stories so far that he was blighted. He was, like, turning Darkspawn before he became a warden and did the joining. So, like, he has some more connection to the Blight and can hear it stronger and stuff. We've seen glimpses of it, but I just feel like we haven't gotten full send with it. So I don't know if we are going to ever. You know, I feel like we're kind of wrapping up with the game in a way. I don't think he's going to come back in a major way like that. Our Aurum Profundus. I've been reading old Vestalis Pentagast's Duties of the Prelate of the Grand Necropolis. Its reputation for dry moralizing is far overblown, in my opinion. Vestalis is simply invested with profound sensitivity towards the history of our work. is encapsulation of the properties of gold, for example. Gold is the eternal metal and the sun beneath our vaults. It was first worked by our ancestors in tribute to the dead, and only Navarra appreciates its sacred inner nature. Silver will tarnish, copper corrode, and iron rust. Gold endures as our dead endure, and will ever adorn the inhabitants of the necropolis. Bloodstained journal. Midway through the last page, the handwriting changes abruptly. The final lines read, "My attempts failed, but they haven't. I'm rather pleased, although your eyes will take some getting used to." Oh. Oh.
Is that a candle hop?
Ah!
Must be the haunting.
Okay. Aid of the Morn Watcher tracking down anomalies.
Would give me nightmares if I slept at night.
Candlehop enchantments give them the lay of the city. If the spirit picked those up, made it easy to skulk around.
Okay, that sounds like it's the last of the hauntings. Aelia has taken Darktown's people. She plans to increase her blood magic, but Neve knows where Aelia is hiding. Time to meet face to face.
So, what's the story?
If Rana was right, Aelia's in Sanctum Lucican. We chased the leads. This is it. We find the Sanctum, Aelia's blood magic ritual site, and Darktown's missing people.
Some news between friends. Venatori got Damas. The boss is dead.
Oh.
What? Who's running the threads?
They'll follow last orders for a bit, then someone grabs control or we fall apart. Time's running out.
Sorry about Damas.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Alec, the threads used some of the catacombs for smuggling.
The cult pushed us out across the city, but I still know the ways in. What's the favor?
Neve, Rook, you have news.
Girl.
Wasn't sure you'd tell me.
I said I would.
No, I asked you to, and never mind.
Everyone made it. Seems stressed.
Rana, it's going to be fine.
All right. What did you find?
Sanctum Lucican is underground, in a lost stretch of catacombs near the Thread Market.
Good. I can help.
I told you what I found. I owed you that. We hand Aelia to her latest boss, and how long does she stay caught?
My boss doesn't know I'm here. I'll go around him and get a writ. We'll hand Aelia to the cleanest Justicar in the city.
This is the choice.
You'll lose your job for that.
I'll live. And Docktown will see people stand up for it.
Oh, God. Docktown's missing people.
The people Aelia took. Are we sure they're
alive? If she needs blood for the ritual, she'll want it fresh. If she wants puppets, she needs them alive.
And if you're wrong?
We give people closure.
When will the ritual start?
When will Aelia start the ritual? How do we know she hasn't already?
We don't. But I know her. If she was done, she'd have made her next move. A complex ritual takes resources, supplies. Aelia's war with the thread slowed her down, but time's short.
Tick-tock.
What about Aelia's followers?
How many Venatori are we
Aelia's never short on zealots.
You're up for a fight, right?
Let's do this.
All right, let's go.
Now? I need time to...
Give Aelia time to know we're moving, and we're dead. The job's simple. We enter the Sanctum, get to the ritual site, and hit Aelia by surprise.
Can you get in without the cult noticing?
If we can get into the catacombs, we can get in.
Just hold Aelia. I'll catch up.
Alone? You'll get yourself killed. I'll send someone for you.
I'll set a man at the market to get you inside. Just make the cult bleed.
Okay, at first I was like, why is he sitting behind us like this? You know, there's no secret, but then Rana showed up. So I was like, oh, okay.
All right.
Makes sense.
Let's get to the Thread Market.
Alrighty, let us go. We could totally get over there. Come on, guys. Hello?
More of Aelia's Venatori.
We're in the right place.
Right on bow. Yeah!
I can feel blood magic here.
Hey, there's
Aelia's
some of
getting
your shit.
stronger. at her ritual. I've got a sick feeling it's going to work.
You'll decide how this ends.
Maybe. Just stick with me, Trouble.
Oh.
You got it.
Final words. I won't stay in Lady Aelia's grip. I can't. But where can I hide in Manrathis? If I stay too close, she'll take my mind again. So I'll take the Venatori's coin before I go. Make a purse big enough to buy a passage. I'll make them pay my way out of here once and for all. There's a lot of blood. Oh my god. There's a lot of blood here. Oh, hello. Oh shit.
Cage. That's...
He's from Docktown, a paper seller.
Neve Gallus. Did you think I wouldn't notice you were here?
Aelia. Got it. Damaged. Her magic. I can't just pull him out. We might kill him. We need to keep moving.
Okay. Oh god.
Mage blood. All your
Not
power.
Seed of Seconia.
And how do you waste it? Chasing thieves. Playing Shadow Dragon. Fighting
Jeez.
Manrathis.
Neve, can you stop this?
Bringing bloodbending a whole new
Stop
meeting.
their hearts faster.
Why these people? Why Docktown?
I couldn't draw the Magisterium's attention. Not before I had the magic to guide those in power.
Then Docktown was a test.
They don't
Oh, hellos.
You won't save them. What do you do for the city, Neve Gallus? Complain that it's not what you want. I gave Docktown purpose. The humble serve the righteous. I will raise the city up. Even you will thank me.
You're a lot of for you.
I'm waiting.
Their only chance is if we stop her ritual, break her power.
Yeah.
Neve, are you?
I'm fine. We've got a job to finish.
Yeah, we're finishing the job. We're looting. We're finishing the job. 100 coins. There we go. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. Ah! What are you two doing down here? That's 2 more people she can control. I don't like it.
Rana, Alec, your route through the catacombs still worked. Guessing it was as safe as ours.
Help that you tore through the place.
There's more to go.
We aren't done yet.
Not by a long shot.
Alec, sticking around for the fight?
I've got people in the tunnels and I want in. The cult hit Thread territory. We protect our streets.
The threads. Neve, we can bring Aelia in. Let people see her face justice.
Left the Templars to play hero, did we? Scared to get your hands dirty? We did, and it held Aelia off.
So she disappears?
Oh my
Or we
god.
spread
Is this the
rumors of
choice?
her? Docktown needs hope, not fear.
What? Play nice, lose the zealot, and guess who winds up dead? If scaring cultists does the trick, we'll send a message. Docktown's ours.
We can work together.
Relax. We're on the same side.
I want to be.
Worry about it later. Aelia knows we're here, but there's a
Yeah,
chance
let's
she's
get
not
through it
marked
first.
you. Go and stay out of sight. If we can throw a surprise at her, we might have a shot.
But I get it. You know, they have completely different means, so I don't know. I don't know really. I don't have a.
What's the plan?
Stop Aelia.
Right. Of course.
One step at a time. Frankly, that's all I can take.
I don't have a premeditated plan for the choice we're about to be given. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm hoping they'll lay it out very clearly so I can make an informed decision. But right now, I'm just like, I don't know. I can see both sides of it. We'll see what happens once. Once we're in the moment and let it splayed out for me.
Do you feel that, Neve Gallus? The old magic, our legacy. It returns this.
You aren't the future, Aelia. You're a murderer.
I am Minrathus. It's dark truth and bright power. The city won't miss you. Dogtown won't too.
Ah! Okay, this is my chance to change my decision. You bring Dogtown hope. I will be the shadowy protector, but she is the inspiring hero.
Dogtown has you, and they see it.
Just one hope. A chance.
When this is over, I will bring it to them.
You won't. But I'll give it a shot.
No! Your death serves
Blood
our
shield.
cause. Proof that those without faith fall. Enemies.
Okay, so I've talked about it intermittently between episodes, but you know, initially I chose Dark Protector, whatever, the do whatever it takes kind of vibe, but the more that I thought about it and the way that the game even tries to tell you that, you know, they keep bringing up the fact that people know her around town and people, you know her legacy of being a protector and a hero. So I just want to push her into being that inspirational, you know, folk hero, light kind of, yeah, someone they can look up to. Versus again, my character is much more the, you know, I don't give a fuck. I'll do whatever it takes. I need to. I don't care about my personality, my persona to the world. I don't think Neve cares necessarily, but she already has that built in. She is somebody, so she needs to. I think it's better if she keeps that, and then that way it can, you know, random acts of kindness, spread the good deed kind of shit. So that's just, I just wanted to point out that's why I chose that decision, even though it flip flopped from last time. Last time I was debating on it. And I don't really like it, so I'm glad with this one. We'll see how it goes.
Vampire.
Ow, bitch.
Javinta. Minrathus. They're broken. We both know it. I would raise us all. You.
I do what I can. Rana, take Aelia. Make sure Dogtown sees it happen.
No!
You tried to stop me before!
And if you escape, I'll find you again. And every time I do, Minrathus will see someone
This music.
standing against people like you.
Okay. I'm happy with it. I do think it would have been more epic going the other way, but you know, happy ending. You know, it's a good thing overall. I think narratively. Again, I'm trying to go with what the character would do. So I think from a narrative standpoint, it makes more sense for her to be doing this. But there is a part of me is like very interested in see the other way and see her become like. I think it would have been really badass for her to just kill her. Be like, no, your filth has tainted this city for too long. I will destroy anyone that gets in the way of making Dogtown good, or, you know. Oh.
Aelia's in custody. Fair doesn't always win in Dogtown. Maybe it did this time.
The more we do, the better.
Maybe Minrathus can get better. All good.
From one clean win.
Hey, I'll take it. And the next one.
Yeah, me too.
So, what now?
Rana's out of the Templars. I asked her to join me.
Oh, okay.
Dogtown
Cool.
could use another investigator. If people need help, someone to stand up for them. Looks like they're stuck with us. I've played this game a long time. Counted on myself for most of it. At the end of the day, that's who I had left. So here we are. We've chased Aelia, faced a couple guards, and somehow you stick.
I'll always stick. Please, we're shadows and friends. It's crazy.
Shadows stand together.
And if we weren't that?
What? You think I'd go somewhere?
Not yet.
Not ever.
Alright. Neve finally confronted Aelia face to face, stopping her blood magic ritual and freeing Docktown residents from the cultist hold. Aelia will be interrogated by the cleanest Justicar in the city. Neve is a symbol of hope for Docktown. People know they can turn to her in times of trouble. If Neve's ever in trouble, she knows a team will have her back. Oh, see, okay. City of Shadows. When people feel abandoned, Neve shows them she's in their corner, inspiring hope for Minrathous. Your support has helped Neve see that she can make a real difference, and she's not alone in the fight. The beloved detective fighting corruption in Minrathous, Neve draws on her bold spirit to freeze villains in their tracks. Investigator's robes. Neve doesn't always wear robes, but when she does, they make a statement that no one in Docktown can ignore. Ooh, like a fashion statement? What kind of statement are we making? Ooh, it kind of does make a statement. Okay. I like it. I like it, actually. I was afraid I wouldn't, but I like it.
Rook, I had an idea. I figured it's a good time to check in with the wardens, see how their griffin training is coming along. How about a trip to the Anderfells?
Sounds like a plan.
It'll be good to see those feathery faces again.
Ooh.
Oh, Rook, you're here. Good. I had a question for my story.
Sure. What kind of question?
Oh, well, a personal one, I guess. Maybe not. Never mind.
Come on.
Yeah, don't bring it up now. I gotta ask.
Okay, I'll try. I'm gonna do this. So I'm having fun. It's different, but neat. And the fighting bits are going well. So's the romance, mostly.
So, what's your question?
So, what did you want to ask then?
Oh, right. It's my hero. I've mostly got it figured out. Who they are, what they look like. But I can't figure out the why.
Why what?
Why they do it. Risk it all. Save the world. Well, you're a hero. I mean, a real one. So why are you doing all this?
Redemption. I'm curious what this one's about, but I think if she's asking about me specifically, Rook is very much someone has to.
World's going to end if we don't stop it. And I don't see a whole lot of other people lining up to help.
I wish I could be like that. Facing danger, caution to the wind.
But that's pretty much exactly what you do. All the time.
Sure, because I have to. And I'm scared the whole time.
Everyone's scared sometimes. It's what you do with the fear that counts.
Exactly.
Facing it, fighting through it. That's what a hero does.
I guess so. It's hard to think of it that way. We are going up against a god. Multiple gods, actually. That feels heroic. To me, at least. And we're saving the world.
We are.
We're gonna see this through. All the way.
I like that confidence. Anyways, I should get back to it. Writing. Thanks, Rook. That helped. A lot.
Nice. I'm very curious what redemption would have, you know, what would the, not the Randy Dowager Quarterly, what? What the voice line about redemption would have been. Neve Gallus, you were right. I hope my brother was alive. I hope he'd managed to hide and that those letters didn't mean what they did. But I'm safe now. And knowing the truth lets me, I'm not there yet, but I can start to let go. And I have a niece. We're still getting to know each other. I think it's going well. How you managed to find her, I still can't believe it. I can't thank you enough for everything. By the way, have some friends. They need help and no one will listen. I mention your name and they think they can trust you. If you're willing to hear them out, they meet at the Lamplighter twice a week. Well. Docktown, thanks. Kid, yeah, I know you're reading this around the corner. Get this to Neve Gallus like you were asked. If she vouches for you, an extra fry bread next time. Now get. Gallus, that's a pit you pulled us out of, and that's all I'll say out of it. None of your damn excuses are smart mouth, you hear me? Free fish next time. From Hal. Minrathous Mirror, word around the city. Work on the Imperial Proving Grounds will continue another month before culminating in a grand unveiling. Meanwhile, a number of missing persons cases centered in Docktown have been resolved. Added in Balara's scrawling handwriting. That's it? One sentence and a list of miscellaneous news? An infamous Venatori blood mage who could pepper people? Stopped by Docktown's Neve Gallus? I could write this better. Added in Neve's cramped handwriting. That's the mirror. Someone with coin helped Aelia escape the first time. They're trying not to cross anyone. Surprised they mentioned it at all. That means people are talking anyway. You want something closer, try the Morning Scroll. I get to be Docktown's dutiful detective daughter in that one. Randy Dowager Quarterly Annual. Extra thick annual edition of the Suspect Quarterly. The Randy Dowager puts a bow on the year by gifting us the illustrated Inquisition Exposed, being a modern epic of love, betrayal, breaches torn, and the eternal struggle between concerns mortal and passions mysterious, an artfully branching romantic narrative that encourages the bibliophile to self-insert or guide a friend. Randy Dowager, expositions for the noble of thought but spry of step. Lady herself says, a page-turner quickly flicked, describing both issue and reader. 5 scars fluttered in shock out of 5. Okay. What's going on with these circles? You know, the last we heard is like, soon I will reveal myself, but for now I must hide. I really hope we get more. I hope we get a finale with those circles. Records of the Altus, a genealogical record of prominent Altus families that detail births, deaths, marriages, and the magical accomplishments of each family. Many of these bloodlines intersect. Okay. So, let us go do some turning in quests, talking with Tosh and Davern, and then we can finally talk to Solus today. Ooh. Tosh and Balara said they were gonna drink over here. Balara joins Tosh at the Hilt for an evening of casual drinks and storytelling.
So, Tosh pries the enormous ruby out of the statue's eye socket. Except then it wakes up, and now it's real pissed that it's missing an eye.
Oh, my.
What kind of statue was this?
Big snake.
How big?
Like the size of a horse?
30 feet tall. Had the size of a wagon.
How'd you get up there?
They carved the scales. Made okay handholds.
And now we've got a giant, angry, one-eyed snake statue trying to swallow Tosh whole.
Wait, how does that work? Where would they go? Did it have a stomach?
Wait for it.
Best part is, while Tosh is pounding that snake's nose, she's still holding the ruby in her other hand. Maker's panties, I was so proud. Shit. They're still holding it. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Pulling a barv.
Okay.
A barv?
Tradition in the Lords of Fortune from one of our old members, Barv. Good guy, but like most of us, his plans went sideways a lot. Bad blood among your crew's not good for morale, but there's not always time for big, drawn-out apologies. So, when one of us screws up and we know we've screwed up, we do a quick 10 to put it right. Pulling a barv.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
That's very open-minded.
I'm glad the Lords of Fortune have Tash's back.
Oh, Tash isn't the first non-binary member of the Lords.
Really?
It was a little before your time, but Horlicks was one of ours.
Huh.
Bastard looked better than I did in a dress or pants. And out of them, too.
Why not just apologize?
Any reason you can't just apologize?
Sometimes people say, oops, sorry, and hope that fixes it. But they just want to get the whole thing over with. Trust me, I know. But pulling a barv, you sweat a little. Makes you think about it a little more. Shows the other person you mean it.
What if they mean it when they say they're sorry, though?
And that's the other reason. Some people mess up and get all dramatic. They make it about them. Oh, you know, I didn't mean it right. I'd never do that on purpose. They feel so bad about it that it's on everyone else to smooth it over and make them feel better.
Oh, okay, yes, some people might do that.
Pulling a barv puts it on the person who screwed up. They made the mess, they fix it, done.
Self-improvement and exercise.
So, you either learn to make fewer mistakes, or you get gigantic muscles.
Or both. I didn't expect the Lords to care about the stuff. Me being non-binary.
Kirkwall taught me about family. If it matters to you, it matters to me. I mean,
Kirkwall
to
mentioned.
the lords.
Oh, thanks.
Anyway, where was I? So, there Tash is, thigh deep in a snake's maw and still holding the giant ruby in one hand. I yell that we'll get them out of there, and Tash just yells back, "Get up its ass! I'll meet you in the middle!"
Okay, the stomach I get, but did it really have?
Hey, who ate the last breaded cheese wand?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I guess I thought, well, I don't know what.
It's fine.
No, they're your favorite.
You know what to do.
Lara, I know you're sorry, but you did mess up.
I know.
And what do we do when we mess up?
Yes, you're right. I'm pulling a barv. 1, 2, 3.
Heart's in the right place. Form's a little sloppy, though.
Bend your knees.
Silly. It's silly. But yeah, just Isabella. It's not even about Isabella. It's about the core of the game not having ties to the other games. You know, they want to bring in references and shit, but it also just is less meaningful because we're not acknowledging, you know, where the fuck is Hawk, for example? Yes, you're mentioning you were at Kirkwall and you learned family, but like, is Hawk alive? Is he in the Fade? Where's Hawk? Is Hawk a he? Is Hawk a she? Who is Hawk? You know, we don't care about any of it, or like there is no acknowledgement about any of that. So it takes away any of the meaning of the reference when you do say, oh yeah, I remember I was there at Kirkwall. It's like, okay, but where's Meryl? Because he sent the Griffins to Anderfels, Antoine is training them to fight Darkspawn. Nice.
Antoine, how's the training going?
Bien. One moment. Darkspawn have been spotted. The villagers are in trouble.
Why are these?
Rally to your positions. Go, go.
They're like, oh, try please.
Maybe try asking them nicely.
If only I spoke Griffin.
It's mostly just a lot of squawking. Unless you've got some gingerwort tea.
What's that?
Nothing you need to worry about. What's the matter, Antoine? A bird getting the best of you?
Yes, well, the problem is they aren't stupid. They can't see it's not real. They're clever.
And bored. So you mix it up.
Yes. Yes. But how?
Well...
Am I gonna be the target? Oh my god.
Wait, what's happening?
Look! It's Darkspawn! Get it!
No.
That did it.
And Rook died. I'm wondering if that's a helped a fearless warden helped a fearless warden find its new calling. I wonder if there's two griffins that look like they were ground colored. I don't know if that was a graphical glitch or if they were just like, I don't know what else to do with these griffins to make them more unique. Let's just have a couple of like sandy gray ones. Because we did see a couple different, you know, there was like a purplish blue, there was a pink one. So like they have the opportunity to make them really interesting colors and unique. All right. Anybody else want to talk for... Okay, perfect. There's just a couple of conversations around the lighthouse. We will do a sweep and then finally get to talk to Solus about what happened at Arlathan. Hello. What you guys talking
You would have
about?
let Sam walk.
If that's what he wanted. Didn't seem right to make the decision for him.
Not sorry he stayed, though.
I would have been miserable if he left. You must be happy about it, too. Who would you spoil without a son around?
Spoil?
That bird's spreading rumors about me again.
Sometimes, when I can't stop thinking about Syrian, I like to remember something nice about him. Or funny. So, could you tell me something funny about Shathan?
She hated apples.
Apples?
Skin always got caught in her teeth. She'd spend all day trying to get it out. Avatosh, this fruit is stupid.
Syrian hated spiders. I mean, more than most people do. Climbed a tree to get away from a big one once.
Yeah?
Well, the nest was up that tree, away from a spider, into more spiders. He refused to leave camp for a week.
Nice. And thanks.
Back at you.
I like that. You know, it still sucks that they both had to die, both, you know, their loved ones. But I do like that they are able to have these, you know, this new connection between those two characters that really didn't have too much before.
Long night?
I'm still getting used to the dream thing.
What was your dream about?
Tomatoes. Or maybe they were apples?
At least it wasn't the one where you show up to a job naked from the waist down.
Huh. Where did you put your extra knives?
Huh? Don't look at me. What's
The Dalish prisoners escaped safely?
We got them away free and clear.
Good. Whatever my frustrations with them, it feels good to have helped my people again. Thank you for allowing me to help. Chance to infuriate Elganon was a reminder of simpler times.
You dislike the Dalish?
You said you found the Dalish frustrating. Why is that?
It is unfair to them. I lived for thousands of years, and after I imprisoned the Venatori, I slept for thousands more. I awoke in a world that had forgotten the ancient times almost entirely. And those who tried to remember Elven history, like the Dalish, had gotten so much wrong.
Like worshipping Elganon.
I suspect them calling Elganon and Gillenane and all the rest gods didn't go over well with you.
Indeed. To see that the history the Dalish worked so hard to preserve was the propaganda of tyrants was vexing. I tried to explain the truth to one clan. When I convinced them that I was truly Fen'Harel, they attacked me. After that, I hid my explanations behind the facade of having witnessed events in the Fade.
And the Fade is the realm of dreams. Hard to present that as evidence.
Yes. The Dalish had no reason to believe me. I could only watch as they continued to worship Elganon, though we may have seen the last of that tradition, at least.
Okay. Makes sense.
You and Elganon were really tearing into one another back there.
I needed to goad him to anger in order to distract him. But yes, while all of the Venatori were monsters in their own ways, Elganon was the worst. Or perhaps it is more honest to say that his were the faults I found most objectionable. You have met him now, heard his voice hammering at the doors of your mind, and you have met me. Can you see how he and I might frustrate one another?
You're like angry brothers. Honestly? But no, you're both prideful, I think, is more
The
apt.
two of you are too much alike. Both of you want to be in charge.
Oh,
I have no desire to be in charge.
No, you just want to be able to correct anyone who's not doing everything the way you would have done it.
I see you have been observing me as well during these conversations.
All right. I can see how you and Elganon would hate each other.
He has always been what I most feared becoming. Callous and uncaring, his arrogance unchecked. To have that much power and no one to remind him that he could be wrong.
Well, he had you.
And I suppose I had you.
Thanks for your help.
We would have had a hard time getting out of there without your help.
I did not spend this long preparing you only to lose you to Elganon's machinations. No, I am sorry. That was poorly said. You have earned better from me.
Okay.
When we first met, I saw you only as a foolishly confident child who disrupted my plans. You were an irritant. I gave you information to oppose Elganon out of necessity, but I expected you to be nothing more than a tool. Seeing you with your team, I was wrong.
You have earned the respect of the Dreadwolf. That had to be hard to say.
I appreciate you saying that. Couldn't have been easy.
The only thing worse than being wrong is realizing it, but being afraid to change. Elganon's pride is no greater than mine, but he denies any failure on his part, and I at least try to acknowledge my mistakes. Your team trusts you, and you listen to them. It is impressive and enviable. It took me centuries to build such a bond during my rebellion, and when I served the Inquisition, I tried to avoid entanglements.
What about the Inquisitor?
What about the Inquisitor? Does she not count as a friend?
She does. One of several I grew fond of, despite myself, when I was with the Inquisition. There was also Cole, a spirit of compassion I helped adapt to our world. He was the only one who knew who I really was. I miss him a great deal. Josephine, the Inquisition's ambassador, was a bastion of kindness and decency in a world that looked down on elves and apostates. Even Cassandra Pendergast of the Order of the Seekers. She was what a believer should be. Faithful, practical, committed to serving, not ruling. I suppose I did bond with the Inquisition after all, as you have with your team.
Thank you for sharing that. So what comes next? What are the gods going to do?
Elganon and Gillenane are preparing the dagger they will use for their ritual to pierce the veil. Elganon's power is tied to light and darkness. He will need to perform a ritual during the next eclipse.
That gives us some time to prepare.
It is likely to be your last chance to do so. You must be ready for whatever comes, for this world and for the team that trusts you. I know that you will do everything in your power not to fail them.
Okay. So that sounds like a point of no return. The eclipse. Curious, like, what else? We haven't gotten Lucanus's. I don't know if we're able to because of the choice, but you know, Lucanus is the only character who hasn't been like part of a hero of the Veilguard. So I'm curious if there is a chance for that still, or if we lost it because of our choice.
Now Elganon's recovered his own archdemon, and the gods only need an eclipse to complete their dagger.
We saved the Dalish, though. That's important.
But now Elganon's immortal, so long as his archdemon lives.
And we all know how hard those things are to kill.
We killed Razikale, didn't we?
After losing hundreds of wardens, and it took a centuries-old trap to do it. We don't have either of those. Not anymore.
Just when you think the tide's in your favor, it turns right back.
Job's still the same.
The odds on this were never good. But we've already beaten them once. We have a job to finish. And 2 gods to kill. We don't get to wallow and whine. Because no one else is taking this fight.
Nice speech, Rook. But it's hard to complete a contract if you don't know where the target is.
We found the gods before.
Not without help, we didn't.
So we get help again. We've got allies everywhere now.
What about the Venatori? I think we kind of dealt with them. Made it seem like the last main mission, the Blood of Arathan. We kind of dealt with the Venatori after Lusicon ate them all. And then I don't know, let's just open it up to the room. What do you guys what you guys think about?
I can think of a few options, but I'm open to suggestions.
Wardens have run dry. Nothing new is moving in the deep roads.
And the Veil Jumpers couldn't find any trace of Elganon or his archdemon.
The crows may have something. The Antam are moving large quantities of supplies.
Yeah, we
out
still
of
have the
the
butcher to deal with, I forgot.
Weapons, armor, gadlock, and several storehouses worth of food. What little we had left. It's enough to feed the Antam Navy for 3 months. Or all of Treviso for 6 weeks.
Given the timing, it seems unlikely to be a coincidence.
Wherever those supplies are headed, that's likely where we'll find the gods. Any more details from the crows, Lucanus?
They said the Antam have long work ahead. We have time. Also, Biago would like a meeting.
Okay.
At your earliest convenience. From him, that means important, but not yet urgent.
So we have options.
We've got options for what we do next. Figuring out where the Antam are taking those supplies should put us on the gods' trail. That said, the Venatori aren't up to anything good in Minrathous.
Not to complicate things, but the Inquisitor also wants to meet Rook.
Right. With everything she's been doing in the south, we owe her an update.
I'll let her know.
I guess we were supposed to have this meeting after after that quest. Good fighting today.
Today could have gone better, but it could have gone much worse.
You remember today?
We fought off the Venatori and rescued the Dalish. That's a win by any standard. Rest up. And be ready to go. Next time the gods appear, let's make sure it's the last.
Yeah. Ooh, book club. What's all this? A letter from the wetlands. Rook, we have continued to study changes in the blight. Our latest findings are very interesting and disturbing. We can't let this spread continue. We'll catch you up the next time you're in the wetlands. Rook, we heard the wonderful news coming out of Arlathan. You're doing, we're told. The Venatori are still reeling from their failure, and Dorians caught wind of some of their most recent plans. Drop by the shop when you can. Oh my god. Okay, I don't think anybody has moved. Oh, some people moved actually. Never mind. Let me shut up. There have been some changes to the lighthouse. Do a quick run around again, and then I've got some time still, so let's see what we can get up to.
Do you not like the archery bracer?
I love it. Why are you asking?
You're not using it.
Ah.
I saw it inside your pack.
It's so special, I don't want it to get lost, or dirty, or scraped up.
It's supposed to be useful.
Aw, Tosh. I promise to use it.
Okay, good. You deserve to have new stuff.
I'm sorry about Syrian.
It's hard. At least I got to talk to him at the end. The real him.
That's something. But I'm sure it still hurts. If anything happened to Hassan.
Cherish him while you can.
That's the truth.
Neve, what are you doing in here?
You saw Katerina recently.
Oh.
How is she?
The same as always. She's been through too much. She should take some time. But will she listen to me? There's no arguing with her.
If you need a leg to stand on, I've got a spare.
Not even that could save me.
Not your leg. Griffin's due home. Rook, the Griffin's training goes well. We went on patrol the other day and brought Rumtail with us. Suddenly she let out a racket. We weren't sure what it meant, but then she rooted around and uncovered a thread of blight. We followed it and destroyed the blighted boil at the end. Rumtail trotted beside us with her head held high and has taken to following us around since. I don't know how the Wardens first found the Griffins. We shared a unique bond with the blight, and perhaps that spreads to one another. Subconscious shared understanding. Whatever the case, we may one day fight with them from the skies again. We'll protect each other no matter the changes ahead. Book Club, second meeting. Notes for a second book club meeting. Valara, Neve, Harding, Emmerich, and Lucanus. No Tosh, no Davrin. Book Mistress of the Scarlet Moon by Irian Cestus, chosen by Harding. Notes taken by Valara. Notes. Harding felt the archery scenes were very unrealistic. Spent 7 minutes demonstrating that the shots described were completely impossible. Broke the lamps. Emmerich thought protagonists made very realistic decisions. Felt that the number of the songs in the book was excessive. But Lara, me, lost copy of the book halfway through reading it, was still able to guess the plot twist correctly. Neve commented that the book made her hungry, elaborated that it was not the blood. Lucanus felt the book accurately conveyed the boring parts of being an assassin, did not enjoy book. Dice rolled, and Lucanus picks the next book. A Warden Future. There's never been a lot of writing about what happens after the last archdemon's fall. It was lifetimes away for the wardens before us, and our lives are shorter than most. I don't think about it either. It's sad in a way. People couldn't imagine a day would end or that things would have a chance to get better. Not as a break between the last bad thing and the next, a chance for Thetis to recover for longer this time. Given all we've seen, maybe it needs that more than we know. The Blight's changed, so stopping archdemons won't end our work. Maybe that should still feel sad, but it doesn't. There's a world here to fight for, and we can win. Small blue flower is pressed alongside it. Ooh, freed from the Evanuris. Today, in coordinated strikes along the eastern coast, agents of Fen'Harel liberated slaves bound to Andruil. The slaves had their life forces cruelly bound to magical wards that were supposedly set to defend Arlathan against enemies from across the sea, which were in fact being siphoned for Andruil's personal empowerment. These slaves are now free, recovering their strength and safety. People of Arlathan, the Evanuris would have you believe that such suffering is necessary, that your only worth is in service, and that they must bind you to protect you from outside aggression. They are lying. You are the strength of Arlathan, not them. When you see the truth and are ready, call to Fen'Harel, and he will break your shackles. About the freed slaves. We got word from the warding sites, many dead, far more than the casualties we inflicted. The story being spread is that we killed everyone. Andruil's servants made examples of a few, and claimed the Dreadwolf is trying to weaken Arlathan by attacking servants and destroying the wards. Hard to tell what people really believe now. I know you're likely berating yourself reading this. Just remember the faces of the people we saved. We can't control what the Evanuris do. And yes, we have to keep playing up the Dreadwolf. The people need someone they believe is strong enough to protect them, or they'll never join us. Don't worry. I promise to mock you viciously if you ever start believing those stories yourself.
Congratulations are in order. There are no more hauntings of this magnitude to be dealt with.
You have done well.
Allow us to present you with a final token of our appreciation.
Oh, death rattle.
Hey, Antoine. Evka.
Okay, so we are getting more Antoine stuff. I was really curious if we were going to do it.
Though it is giving me a headache.
Please be careful.
With the container? It's very sturdy. I tested it.
What? When? And how?
Am I interrupting?
No. Our study of the new Blight continues.
We know the gods changed the Blight. We think it changed more than they realized, or altered itself after.
It's answering to something other than gods.
Of course it does.
Great. Figures. So what's the Blight answering to?
Remember the strange call I heard after the Lavendale battle? It was here, in the wetlands.
We think the source is out a ways, towards the redoubt.
I can tell it's something large, rooted. A construct of the Blight itself. An eruption controlling the rest. What that could mean... Everything that calls the Blight impacts the Wardens. We withstand it. But gods, archdemons, it all adds strain.
If the eruption calls the Blight, then it could mess with us too. Spark the calling sooner. We'll lose ourselves, along with the wetlands.
Antoine's Blight connection. Thank you. This is exactly what I wanted.
You hear stuff in the Blight more than some of the others. Are you?
Yes. A little sensitive, but it's not calling to me. Not yet. Like everyone else, I'll know when that changes.
Okay. This is insider knowledge.
Should you have told me about all this? About the calling?
First Warden would have said no.
You're our friend. You chase archdemons and fight the Blight. It seems fair you know what this means.
So let's kill the eruption.
So we kill this eruption. It can die, right?
That's the hope. Remember those samples you found when we first arrived?
Mm-hmm.
Based on our studies, Antoine made an alchemical flame. It's impressive. It should destroy the eruption.
Theoretically. At least the last batch was stable.
Mostly.
But if the eruption's controlling the blight and it gets attacked, then the blight around Lavendel might respond.
Yes, its roots are everywhere and spreading. I can feel them.
These people can't lose their blight experts.
Yeah,
I can go after
I mean,
the
that's
eruption.
fine. I'll go
While
do
we
it.
guard against nasty side effects here.
Yeah. I'll destroy it all.
I'll make sure the whole thing burns.
Good.
The blight poisons so much. Water, plants, animals, people. Some would call the wetlands dead already. But they're not. It's not too late. Whatever the eruption means for the waters, we can leave this place better. It's what we're supposed to do.
We'll take our stand in the sheltered glade. Meet us there when you're done.
Okay. Looks like we've got a task at hand. Blight eruption. Hello.
What is... Is that the blight eruption?
Mierda.
The Darkspawn are protecting it. We need to take them out.
Easy.
Let's go.
Ah! Okay.
Right. We strike and the whole thing goes up. All right. Time to destroy this thing.
Burn it all. Something's coming. Is that it? Was that really everything? That felt very simple. You're making it sound like it was a much more complicated problem.
They aren't blighted. Were they dormant?
Maybe. They're beautiful. Much like you. Ah, Rook. Hi.
Okay.
We knew when you hit that eruption. The blight around Lavendel reacted. And there was a sound in it. Like nothing we've heard before.
What happened in there? What was it like?
Weird job for a shadow.
There's some pretty scary things in the Minratha's catacombs.
It wasn't
I've
that
never
bad.
seen
Okay.
anything
It wasn't that bad. I don't know. What's going on?
Story for your fellow shadows.
Not sure even the Viper will believe it.
When the eruption was destroyed, some of the bigger tendrils pulled back. The remaining blight won't vanish overnight, but it's a good sign. And this place opened up.
The flowers here, they managed to survive, buried, untouched. They have a chance to return now.
Flowers can return. Okay. I'm missing something here. What's going on? Tough little plants.
Tough little things.
Yeah, there's something special. We thought the Grey Warden's purpose would end when the last archdemons died.
And that time's almost here. It's unbelievable.
The Order is those of us left now. When the archdemons fall, some wardens will hang up their swords. Until they're calling, at least.
So the Wardens are finished?
No, our numbers may get smaller, but Efka and I will be here. Others will stay too.
There's still blight in the world. There's something new calling to it. And to us.
There's blight inside us too. If it changed out there, have we changed as well?
What matters is that if new evils show up, we'll be here to keep them back.
Okay. You think you've changed?
Do you really think
You think you've changed?
It's possible. Or maybe we're the same. But does that mean we'll be the same? You can't sense the blight. But trust us, it feels different. And the sound is changing too.
As for what it means, it's like Antoine said. We don't know yet.
Okay. How are you two taking this?
Are you doing okay with all this? Really?
Don't worry. I'm good. I've got everything I need right here.
Me too.
Cute. Oh my god, you two are so cute. If you need anything, ask.
I'm sure you'll be fine, but if there's anything I can do, just say.
Of course. It's good we answered your first letter. And it didn't catch fire.
What?
It may have come close to an explosive, but we all met in the end.
The blight feels relentless most of the time. We see what it does up close.
The world dying, how it spreads. But we keep going.
And look, these flowers can make it back.
Romantic plays, I can leave.
They can. You know, you've got flowers and nothing is immediately on fire. I could leave you alone.
Are you trying to set us up on a date?
I think he is.
But we go on dates. Lavendel was named for flowers. They must have been everywhere before. When we get back...
We can stay here a bit longer first.
Oh, yes. I thought I heard birds earlier. Maybe we can find them?
Okay. The Blight eruption was destroyed and this fold on the Hosberg wetlands is over. While it will take time for the rest of the Blight to recede, there's hope life will return once more. Though uncertain about what the future holds, Evka and Antoine are optimistic for what comes next.
The
Cool.
lands aren't fully healed.
The flowers fought back.
Yeah. Pushing back the Blight. It's possible.
So we're wrapping up some of these faction quests, I guess.
You spend far too much time here, Dorian.
This is where all my favorite people are. Besides, I have news. And every messenger bird I've met is dreadful at nuance.
Venatori again?
The damn Venatori up to no good again?
What else? The cult lost people in Alathan. And leadership has fallen to Knight Commander Lenos. He aims to bring the city to its knees.
But Minrathous is already falling apart.
I know. While the Varantis' attack on the city could have been much worse, the people's fear in the aftermath is palpable.
And the rumors about the Archon are true. He's dead.
What?
Assassinated during the Dragon's rampage. The palace has tried to keep the news from spreading until a new Archon steps up.
And no one has?
No one dares. Not with the Venatori circling like vultures. The risen gods are preparing for something big. And for that, they need fear. Chaos.
They won't get far.
Just tell me how I stop them. What are they planning?
That's the problem. I don't know. But we'll find out. Lenos is the key to all of it. First, we stop what he's planning for Minrathous.
And then we find out what the gods are preparing for.
Let's hope it stays that simple. One of Lenos' Venatori associates is often at the Cobbled Swan. Let's see what we can get from him.
We? Dorian, you can't be going yourself.
It's the Swan. Everyone goes to the Swan.
I'll head out right now.
Oh, is it a good idea? I don't know. Meet Dorian at the Cobbled Swan. Okay. I think we have to meet Inquisitor there too, so that's gonna be
So
fun.
Hallows this morning. Cheery, despite everything that's happened. I hear I've both of you to thank.
I did it for the fish.
You're not fooling anyone, Gallus. Brooke?
Okay.
Aelia won't cause trouble in Docktown anymore.
I heard. And it's good to have Hallows back. Things are going well.
Okay. Ooh. Hello.
We really need to figure out the God's big plan. Dorian thinks Knight Commander Lenos is part of it. So let's track him down first. Probably shouldn't keep Dorian waiting too long.
Yeah, I'd love to, but the stairs aren't here. I would really love to, but the stairs aren't existent. Here's Dorian. There he is. God, the rain really just fucks with the graphics. Gonna be so excited once I get a new computer. I'm not saying that's happening anytime soon. I'm just saying when I do eventually get a new computer, I can replay this game and just be in awe of the graphics. Because these loads just make it hard to take in the full, you know, it really ruins the immersion. Yo, Dorian, where the fuck you at? Ah, I see his speech bubble. There you are.
There's Lenos' associate. According to the shadows watching him, he's nervous and doesn't talk much, but does odd jobs for coin. Interesting, yes? I'll draw him off, you check his belongings. See if you can discover any clues about Lenos' plan.
Mostly gone. Warm. I don't even know what this is. Ale? Looks like he's been nursing it a while.
Ev, can you do the investigation? I'm not.
It's definitely seen better days. And it's damp. Sleeping out in the rain.
I'm not the best person for this. Minrathous targets. A map of the Minrathous streets near the waterworks and an ominous caption. Blight and Darkspawn released. The city yields to the Horde.
Half-eaten stale bread, water flask, muddy socks, and this map. Minrathous targets. That doesn't sound good.
Oh, the risen gods and the Venatori are preparing for something, and the team must find out what it is.
Nas intends to destroy the city with Blight and Darkspawn.
Carthus. Nothing like an attack to cause chaos in the city. You should head there immediately.
All right, let's go.
Hello?
We're not alone.
Well, if you're gonna fight me, then fight me.
That's one less corrupt Templar in Minrathous.
Well, the Knight Commander is dead. Okay.
Let's look around, see what we find.
I'm looking. Oh, you just want to go in here, I guess.
In Treviso, we have a tale of a masked man who lived in the bowels of the city.
Sitting in the sewer and consumed with lust for a noble woman he couldn't have.
You know the story.
We have the same one in Minrathous.
Oh, this looks elven. The God's Ritual. Lenos' preparations for the risen gods' ritual demands more soldiers. Sow chaos within the city, make people desperate, tell them the Venatori and the gods will deliver them. Do not disappoint.
Risen gods' ritual. That's what the gods in the Venatori are preparing for.
Letter. The Magisterium is ours. The Templars are ours. The palace can no longer hide that Archon Radanis is dead. The city's spirit will soon break, and the Venatori shall rise.
Lenos' documents. They detail the Venatori's long-term plans and what they want to do to Tevinter.
Elven star charts. Ancient elves drew from the magic of the celestial spheres and wove their greatest enchantments beneath the darkened sun. A full eclipse approaches, which is an auspicious portent for our risen gods. Philia.
These star charts
We knew
predict an
that.
eclipse.
We knew about the
Make
eclipse
magic
being
stronger.
important.
Ritual magic, empowered by an eclipse.
This. The ritual, the eclipse, and the Venatori plans. We have to bring this to the Shadow Dragons immediately.
We need to tell the Shadow Dragons what we found.
Hey, yo, guess what we found? Stuff that we knew, but we killed somebody at least. You know?
Evil old gods, rituals, waiting for the stars. It's about as Tevinter as blood magic and hubris. Learning about the gods' plans is wonderful, of course. But the lists of magisters you got your hands on.
Oh, there we go.
Now there's the real gold.
You've looked at it already. Of course you have.
Information on their backers, the ties to illegal slavery. Don't you see what this means? This is power, May. Imagine becoming Archon and using this against those who've been hurting the people for years.
Archon Dorian?
You, on the throne, Dorian.
Tell me that wouldn't be a splendid way to bring about real change.
And it'll work this time?
The Shadow Dragons have heard that before. After Corypheus, with Lucerni, we expose corruption and stop slavers, but nothing really changes. What makes you think it'll be different this time?
Surely you're not suggesting we give up entirely. After all, you're still here. The rot in Tevinter is buried deep. We've been digging it out bit by bit, only for it to grow back.
Right.
But what you've given us allows us to strike at the heart.
So the rot has no chance to return. But how would you use this information exactly?
Dorian wants to use it to crush our enemies by whatever means necessary.
Is this a choice?
I prefer to use it to rally the people. I say we make the information known. Allow the people to see the real justice served. Prove that from now on, we work for them.
We tried that already. Or have you forgotten the Lucerni? I no longer trust that political machine will work in our favor. No. We must get at the root of the problem before they can react. A more forceful approach. Destroy them and their networks utterly.
Swords and spies and blackmail? The devious means you learned in the South? If we go outside the system, we invite everyone else to do the same. No. We have to do this in the open. Show the people of Tevinter that we're here for them.
We're shadow dragons. It's right there in the name. You supported this because you knew the system didn't work for the people.
The point was to work in the shadows until we could work in the light. And Rook has brought us what we
Don't
need.
bring me into this.
May, the Imperium's politics burned you once and you still...
Enough. We're not the only ones who have a stake in this.
Don't.
We're
Don't.
talking about your city.
Don't bring me into
Your
this.
Tevinter
No,
too.
I don't know.
Which strategy do you prefer?
I can't choose the Archon. Okay, before we delve into this really, you know, I agree with Dorian in that doing the same approach, you know, I've always been a proponent of insanity is doing the same thing but expecting different results. So I'm agreeing with Dorian that, like, hey, let's try something else. You know, let's just go start killing people or whatever. That's what it sounds like he wants to do. He just wants to, like, we know who they are, let's go attack them. Whereas Maevaris is like, nah, just out them basically. And with that, you know, the people, the common people will rise up. So I don't know. I'm leaning towards Dorian off the bat, but let's see what everyone's saying.
Dorian, are you really suggesting violent revolution?
Not necessarily. Sometimes a mere threat of violence is sufficient.
He learned that from his friends in the South. I hear Ferelden settled a succession crisis with a duel.
It worked. Astoundingly.
We're not Ferelden.
I'm merely saying we need to consider bold and creative methods of achieving our ends.
I agree with
The
that
game
part.
is rigged. Why play by rules crooked magisters already exploit? Clear the board and start over. If they're gone, we can fill the magisterium with those who respect the office. Then we'll actually see progress.
But then, where I'm disagreeing with Dorian is murder our way to the top. You know, like it's turning into like terrorism level. It's sounding like. So I don't know if I want to go that far. But I do think, you know, again, something different is kind of what I'm agreeing with for Dorian. Let's see what May has to say.
Maevaris, you really believe making this evidence public will work?
Dorian wants to work behind the scenes, but once again, it's the Magisters and Highbloods pulling the Imperium's strings. That doesn't inspire. It's a tactic used by our enemies. We need to show Tevinter that we can be different.
Unless they find some way to bury it? Or leverage their wealth, power, and status as they often have before?
Politics is a long game. If we use force against our enemies, our allies will remember it.
What sort of change?
What sort of change are you trying to achieve?
For a start, slavery. Abhorrent. It needs to go
Sure.
no more.
Right.
And Tevinter has been ruled by the Altus Mages for all of its history. That must change. The Zoparati, non-mages, deserve a say in their own governance.
And all that's just the beginning of what will undoubtedly be a long journey.
Aren't you on the same side?
Shouldn't you be on the same side?
We are on the same side. We both know what Tevinter needs. How best to get it, that's the question.
If we went with Dorian's plan, I'd support it fully. But we won't, because he'll come around and realize that I'm right.
And I'd absolutely back you up on that if you were right, which you aren't.
The catty gaze. Oh my god. Well, I only have a choice if I can't choose, so that's good. We'll see if we have an actual choice there.
You want me to choose who will be Archon? Sure, I'm a shadow dragon, but there are so many others here.
Right.
Then talk to them. Ask what they think. Asher and Tarquin, Neve, Gallus, they're all a part of this, just as you are. We should all be comfortable with whatever course we take.
All right, I'll go do that.
Okay. Oh my god. What do you want me to do here? Let's talk to girlfriend Neve. Neve, what's going on? What do you think? I don't know anymore.
So, what do you think?
Lenos is gone. We got information about the Venatori's plans, the god's ritual.
Right.
I'd call that a good day.
Cool.
I meant about Maevaris and Dorian. We all want change. Who will be more effective in getting it?
Oh, that. You're dragging me into it?
Hey, they're dragging me into it, so you're coming you're coming along here too. Your opinion matters.
You know me. I'm trouble. But more than that, it's our city. Our Tevinter. I care about what you think.
Always the charmer.
Always.
Maevaris Talani has been in this game for decades. She's dedicated and ruthless when she needs to be.
Okay.
Dorian Parvis is a wild card. Flashy and inventive, he'll keep his enemies on their toes. But if you're asking me, I'd go with Maevaris. She'll inspire people, show them that the Magisterium can be better than it is. Right now, after the gods and everything else, that's what this city needs. What we all need.
Thanks, Neve. That helps.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay. I had a feeling it was going to be related to it felt very similar to the choice that Neve had to make in her personal quest, so I was like, she's gonna lean to whatever choice we made her go with on there. Oh god. Okay, what do you two have to say?
Grand news about Lenos. One less crooked Templar in town.
They're gonna be split. These two are gonna one's gonna pick Dorian and one's gonna choose Maevaris, and then Neve is scripted to choose whoever I made her appear more like, so oh my god. He deserved it.
Lenos got what he deserved.
Makes you smile, doesn't it? Drinks for everyone.
Lenos made my life miserable. Rana's too.
I hear he started out different. Maybe he once cared about something other than gold. But I didn't know that, Lenos. And I'm not gonna mourn the one I did. Still, I'll thank the bastard for writing everything down. And delivering it to us all neat.
Dorian and Maevaris still have to decide what to do with everything we got from Lenos.
And they want my opinion.
And they asked for my opinion. Can you believe it?
You're a shadow dragon. Of course they asked you.
After all that talk about people needing a voice, I'd be looking at them sideways if they didn't.
I suspect this decision will determine Tevinter's path for years to come.
Then Dorian's way is my choice. He knows you don't stop to talk when you find a hole in the enemy's defenses.
Dorian is a brash rebel.
And Maevaris too much of a romantic.
I think the people will appreciate Maevaris returning as the leader they've always wanted to see.
No. They'll appreciate their lives actually changing for
Oh
the
my
better.
god. I told you these useless gays.
What do you think might happen, depending on who leads?
With May, she gets power back again. Gets one more shot at changing Tevinter from the top down. Worst that could happen is nothing. But that's what you risk when all you rely on is hope. But with Dorian...
We could get chaos, strife. Things might get harder before they get easier. If they get easier.
I'll take my chances.
Okay, that was actually very helpful to me. I'm choosing May because May basically is saying let's just out them, let's put it out there into the world. The people will use the information to be more informed, and we can restart or whatever. And Tarquin made a good point about like if it doesn't work, then nothing will change. In which case we can always pick up with Dorian's plan. So I'm choosing May because it's not burning the bridge basically. It's just let's try it this way first. And then if it doesn't work, go ahead and choose Dorian. I know as far as the game choice is concerned, it's not going to take that into effect, but it'll help me rationalize why I'm choosing May because, like I said, I kind of see both sides. I do think Dorian's, like I said, it does seem a bit of a drastic measure to go to, so I kind of want to see, okay, let's try the diplomatic route first. We let's give people a chance to prove they're better, especially with Neve. Neve is also bringing light to Tevinter and shit, so like maybe they'll be inspired by that, and just here's another person that's taking that route. So maybe girl power. You're not making this easier.
This is not helping at all.
If I'd known you wanted help, I wouldn't have said anything.
Quinn.
What? Opinions are cheap. Sometimes you just have to go where you go.
I have faith, Rook.
Still not helpful.
All right, May, it's you. It's you.
Maker. A full quarter of the Magisterium supporting a cult. Bending the knee to these risen old gods just for a taste of more power. Can they not see they're only tools for the gods? So they can destroy the world?
Demanding intelligence, rationality, and self-awareness from our peers. You ask too much, Maevaris.
Look at me. Such a fool.
Ah, it's Rook. You spoke with the others.
What do you think? Who should be leading the charge from here on?
Oh. What happens after you decide?
What happens after it's decided who'll lead?
Well, Lenos is gone, the cult's numbers are down, and they're scrambling to prepare for the god's ritual. They'll be distracted. It's a perfect opportunity to get our preparations in order.
All plans contingent on surviving the current disaster, of course.
Have we finally done it?
I hope this signals the start of the change we've worked toward.
The start of the change, as you say. Things won't be different overnight.
But we'll keep fighting, because we have to, because there's no other way.
And with you and everyone here, we'll get there. We'll win. Keep believing, Rook.
Okay, Maevaris, go ahead.
Maevaris should lead.
I will not squander the
Tosh and
opportunity.
Davrin, that's
That is
interesting.
my promise to you all.
And May will have my full support, of course, for when enemies get in our way.
They will. It is
Pardon?
Tevinter, after all.
Okay.
The risen gods are still causing chaos. The people will need your voice to keep them fighting.
Oh, they will fight. This city has strength enough to stand against any so-called gods. We will win the day, and after that, we will win a brighter Tevinter for all of us.
Okay. Okay, the Shadow Dragons complete. Working with the Shadow Dragons, the team thwarted a Venatori plot to crush Minrathous and uncovered crucial information about the Magisterium that paves the way for a new Tevinter Archon. The Shadow Dragons, a notice found in a wall in Docktown. A sketch of the Archon's palace is crossed out in red paint. They'll torch us if it suits them. They've done it before. They've bled our bodies and butchered our cities to feed their hunger for power, and they're always hungry. Make them remember the Tevinter they've forgotten, the Tevinter hidden down here in the darkness beneath the towers. The Highbloods don't own us. They don't own Tevinter. If they will not share it, then we will take it from them. There are dragons in the shadows, too. There are more of us than them. Bring the light. Hell yeah. Light. Scroll of Eternal Victory. Venatori declaration of ultimate victory over the Shadow Dragons, forever removing their filth from the history of Tevinter. Again, they are nothing if not consistent. We aim for nothing. Silent Toad, a stone toad. Old stories claim Dumat, the old god of silence, had a toad companion. Usually silent itself, those who heard the toad croak would die soon after. Please. You will die in 7 days when you hear the toad croak. Okay, let's talk to the Inquisitor, and I think that's over. Wrap it up for today. Go visit Treviso next time on. Mainly just because I got my eye. I don't know, there's something in my eye. There's something in my eye. Request to return to the Cobbled Swan leads to learning more about Solas's relationship with the Inquisition.
These meetings can't be good for business. I'm here, Inquisitor.
Ah.
It isn't just Inquisitor, is it? You were someone before that.
Adar was our chosen family name. Long ago. Morrigan is holding a perimeter. We're alone. Tell me what Solas did at Algernon's ritual.
Sounds like you already know.
I need to hear it from you.
Solas saved us?
Algernon raised his archdemon. Solus got us out of there. We saved a lot of people.
You sound grateful.
Why not? He really did help.
It seems so. He's always thinking about where it ends. How many of his names do you know? God of Lies, Dreadwolf, Fen'Harel. They're titles he earned from enemies, followers, and fractured history. I once called him by another name.
Okay, girl.
Some friend.
So dramatic.
Do you always agree with your friends?
We're pretty aligned on whether or not to destroy the world, if that's what you mean.
I will never excuse what he's done. He's killed people I held dear. You know this too.
But
he became those names when he fought gods, and regret for his world turned into destroying ours. Sound familiar?
He became those names when he fought gods, and regret for his world turned into destroying ours. Sounds like an excuse. Because it doesn't sound like you and me. Like, we're not destroying the world.
Solus earned his prison. And the gods have earned what's coming to them too.
I'm just saying, focus on tomorrow. They're the ones looking backward.
Simple as one of Varric's morals. Don't become what you hate.
Or trapped by what we've lost. Also one of his. Tell me about the team you've built.
Are they a concern, or...?
You're handling things. This part, what you have now, I just miss the banter about friends.
Cute. I want to hear it. Tell it. Say something about the team. I will say that was kind of useless. Like, I don't know. I guess they were trying to set up like, Solus is here. What are you gonna do with him? But it doesn't really feel like the Inquisitor doesn't do anything. I have a feeling that a Solus romanced Inquisitor will have a lot more screen time and like important scenes here, and that sucks because not everyone plays that, especially if you're going to make that one of the decisions that carries over. One of the 3 or 4 choices that you get to choose to import is if basically is Solus the one you romance. Not even that who you romance, it's did you romance Solus specifically. That's kind of lame. Anyways, I think all we have left now is, yep, only one thing to do, go back to Treviso. But we are going to wrap it up here. Let's see what codex we have, if anything. Ooh, notes for the Inquisition. Okay, here we go. Here's some, after I just go on a rant about Solus romance, here's Rainier Blackwall. Notes for the Inquisition. Let me see my best impression. My love, you summon me to Minrathis, and I will answer your call as soon as responsibilities here in the south allow. I have missed being by your side. Will these troubles be the last we face? The world seems always to conspire, through duty or disaster, to pull you away from me. I do not resent it. You're dedicated to purposes far larger and more significant than myself. I hope you do not think me a fool for hoping that one day your only concern will be the color you wish our walls to be painted, or the flowers you will plant beside our gate. I'm partial to carnations. Yours always, Tom. Useless. What the fuck? What kind of note is that, dude? I don't give a shit about a stupid little 2-paragraph letter from Blackwall, bro. I should have just said I was romanced to Dorian or some shit. I don't know. At least Dorian's in the game. Anyways, that's where we're gonna end. The crows are the odd one out. They're not at level 3 yet. But anyways, yeah, it looks like we're wrapping up quite quickly. We're at 95% map complete. We're at 85% codex completion. Everybody is loyal except for Lucanus, and I don't know if that's because I can even do it anymore. I really hope I can, just to make it equal along the way, but obviously with this hardened, I'm not even sure what we can do about it. So we shall see what happens when we go to Treviso and deal with the butcher, hopefully. let's see, we've held the Shadow Dragons. The Wardens are all good. The Morn Watch are good. We did all the spirit quests. I don't know if we're done with Arlathan yet. We probably are, but not sure. And same with Ravane. I don't know. The Lords of Fortune are kind of just doing their own shit, so I don't know if we've technically finished our thing there. But I'm very intrigued to see where we go, how we finish up this game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode, where we go to Treviso, hopefully deal with the Butcher. See you next time.